Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. I wanted to show you guys a quick guide on how to find these Triglavian fleets in HiSec, because you can actually find these roaming Triglavian fleets in HiSec because there are certain systems that have a so-called Pochven wormhole in them. And the thing is, these certain systems, they're random all the time. They change from day to day. And then when there's a wormhole in the system, waves of Triglavians keep spawning in that system, and you can farm these guys with, for example, a golem. I've made a video on how to farm these in a golem, and you can earn some really good ISK, 150 plus million ISK now, really good ISK you can get with that. But here I just wanted to quickly show you guys how to exactly find them, because I found it very confusing in the beginning how to find these, but it is actually really simple, really simple. So first off, I'm just going to show you the ship I used to find them. It is in a Malediction. You can use it in pretty much anything, but I'd recommend a fast frigate. So I'm using this Hyperspatial velocity optimizers to get it to go really fast in terms of this warping. It insta-aligns under 2 seconds, and I've got an MWD and a cloaking device just in case I were to get some kind of Triglavians on the gate. For example, it can happen sometimes in these systems that you have Triglavians on the gate that can kill you, but it's quite rare, and usually you don't have to worry too much, and especially if you're in a cheap frigate, don't worry. And I've got Core Probe Launcher. You don't even have to have this, but I'd recommend you have a Core Probe Launcher, because the thing is, a Core Probe Launcher can be used then to scan down this Pochven wormhole, and when you get to these Triglavian systems later, you will need to warp to these wormholes in your combat ship to be able to get more enemies to spawn. Because the thing is, in these systems that have a Pochven wormhole, then they have like a guarding fleet. You can say a fleet of guarding Triglavians on the wormhole. Now, if that fleet exists on the wormhole, then there's going to be very few Triglavian spawns that occur in the system. But when you've destroyed this Triglavian guarding fleet on the wormhole, so you warp to the wormhole, destroy this fleet, then suddenly you'll find a lot more Triglavians in the system. Like, you kind of have made them really angry, so they're like, oh, we need to go and get back that guy, get some revenge on him. So here we're going to use this Malediction then to find them. So we've got this ship right here, but you can, as I said before, use pretty much anything, but I recommend some kind of fast frigate. So what we're going to be doing here is then going on the map to find these systems. And what you want to do is you want to go on the cog right here and then click security status, because this will make it so that we will see like systems by the color of their security status. So you can see like these minus ones are red, low sec is orange, null sec is also red, and high sec is like green and blue. So this is important. This will make it a lot easier to have security status checked right here. And we can even undock in the process. You see HiSec right here. We're in the middle of HiSec. We want to find then some Pochven systems. And this is what I found very confusing, but it's very simple. All you have to do here is on the map, find Pochven systems. Because you can see here, that we see that there's some of these Pochven systems right here, these red dots in the middle of HiSec. Like we see Nani, this is a Pochven system. Como is also a Pochven system. A way you can also double check if it is a Pochven system is if you can just go here and just see that region Pochven. If you right click on the system right there, see that Nani is in Pochven. Now what we want to do here to find these systems that have got a wormhole in them is that, obviously we could go around scanning stuff, but there's a lot quicker way we can do this actually than just going around and scanning every system, because that'll take a long time. What we do is that the probability of these Pochven wormhole spawning is in HiSec systems that are pretty close to these Pochven systems. So what we do is we just add some destinations right here. Just add some destinations that are close to, for example, Como. We'll add systems that are close to Como. So add it to destination like this. All we do is just add systems right here that are pretty close. So like this, one like this. Just add a bunch of systems like this. Okay. Now what I want to also do is just click here, optimize route. So it'll make a better route for us so we can touch all the systems in a shorter route. So 24 jumps. Okay. Now what we want to do is, if you want to go in the D-scan and make a filter for Triglavians, and the way we can do this is if we go in like just our tab presets right here, and then we like go here, and we'll deselect all, and then type Triglavian entities, and then tick this, and then save this, and then type like, I know, Triglavians, and then it'll save it as a filter. But I'm not going to do that because I've already got one. But you can then save it as a filter, and you'll see then a filter go up right here called Triglavians. I'm going to change this now back to general because this is my general tab that I've got going on right here, so I can see everything here. But then you'll also see that there's the Triglavians will pop up here. What you do is just click this. Now when we scan with our D-scan, we'll only scan Triglavians. And the thing is, what we're going to do is we're going to basically go to all these systems and we're going to look for Triglavians with the D-scan. That's all we're going to do. We're just going to have max range, and just jump gate to gate and keep scanning. And eventually we'll find Triglavians. And if we find Triglavians, that means there is a wormhole there. We don't even have to scan here. There has to be a wormhole there if there are Triglavians there. But we can always just scan to just double check that there's a wormhole. Maybe get an idea if there's a guarding fleet or not. That, like, say there's, for example, a fleet there that we need to kill to get a lot of Triglavians to spawn. So we'll just keep warping here. Nothing here. Go to Para. Keep scanning on your way there, because they maybe could be, if it's a big system, they could be like somewhere in the middle of a system as well. Just keep going right here, keep going, scan while you're scanning or warping. Press V to have a shortcut to do D-scan, and we'll just continue right here. It's really that simple. One thing I'd recommend is try avoiding systems that are completely next door to Jita. It's a higher likelihood that you would find gankers there, because usually the ships you use to run these kind of sites are pretty expensive. So it's better to just be a little bit further away from Jita just in case, or at least try to be in higher security systems that are not 0.5, for example, maybe 0.8, 0.9, preferably 1.0. So it'll be very difficult for gankers to kill you there, because the response time of Concord is extremely fast in 1.0. So we don't see anything here. Just continue. We'll just simply, it's just simple as that. Just continue, and then we'll eventually find a system with Triglavians in, and we'll scan down the wormhole. I'll show you guys what I mean by guarding fleet. You can see there's even a disrupted gate right here. This is the gate that led to Como before, but it's disrupted by Triglavians. They'll go on for quite a while. Sometimes you'll have to go through quite a few systems to find them. Sometimes it'll be hardly any systems and you'll find them very quickly. It'll just depend. From time to time, you can sometimes have more luck, sometimes you'll have less luck. But it's just really depends a little bit on RNG here. It's, as I said before, nothing too difficult. You just go through these systems. So you're going through a lot of systems. You're rolling many dice, or potentially getting. Yeah, look here. We got a lot of Triglavians going on right here, and my guess is that since we see a lot of Triglavians, that someone's already destroyed the guarding fleet, because they tend to have a little bit less Triglavians in the system if there's already been, like, the wormhole has been startled. So all we want to do here is just scan, really, just simple as that. Just scan the wormhole down, and eventually we'll find the wormhole. And what we want to do is, or what I usually like at this point, you could just warp in your Marauder and just go crazy. But I always like to have the wormhole scan down, because if it's not been startled, which it has many times not been, then you will then take your Marauder, go in and destroy the fleet at the wormhole, so you can properly farm the Triglavians. Because if you don't startle the wormhole, there's going to be like very minuscule Triglavians there. They will not really be at all as profitable. And in some cases, I think that if you don't even startle the wormhole by destroying the guarding fleet, then they'll stop spawning, or not stop spawning, but no more new spawns will come until you destroy the guarding fleet. So we'll warp in here 100, see if this is the wormhole right here. In the meantime, we'll just continue scanning in case it's something else. And that's where the cloaking device also can come in a little bit handy, that if you just warp in here 100, you can see. Okay, this is just a standard wormhole, not the one we want. Can see here if there is anything in these signatures right here. I have so far never found Triglavians like this, and it not being a wormhole in this. Pretty much always, if you find Triglavians with the D-scan, it's a guarantee that there is a wormhole. Make the scan resolution smaller. And this is where something like a pacifier could be very useful, because a pacifier gives you very good bonus to scanning as well as warping very fast. But I prefer the interceptor because it'll insta-align, and it's also a lot cheaper than a pacifier. A pacifier is a bit more expensive, but a pacifier would be a very good alternative, or even an Astero as well. But an Astero isn't as fast in terms of warping as a Malediction is. Okay, we'll warp to this wormhole here, see if this is one. Because this is a completely normal wormhole. This is not one of the special Pochfem wormholes. You'll see here what they look like. They look very unique. Got some very good scenery that you can see. Let's see if this is it. No, this is also a normal wormhole. So it has to be this one right here. These Pochfem wormholes can actually be used to go into Pochfem. You can go through them if you want and go to Pochfem. They can be then used to, for example, explore. I've seen sometimes explorers just coming out of these Pochfem wormholes, and just I see, in the middle of a big battle, just a Magnate just comes out there. Oh, what the heck is going on? That happened once in the video I made with a golem. A magnate just come out from nowhere. I thought he was going to steal my loot, because you can actually steal loot quite easily by farming these sites, but just having someone salvage stuff so you don't get criminal from doing that. It's very easy to do that, just steal like that. But here we go. We see the Pochven wormhole. You see it's very unique. Looks very different compared to your classical. Oh, look, they even wanted to go close to me. We'll move a little bit to the side right here. They already made like a big jump towards me with that little time we spent uncloaked. But you can see that it looks very unique. Got all this cool scenery right here. It looks like a Triglavian logo almost, with the 3 asteroids going in like this. And this is pretty much what we're talking about when it comes to the guarding fleet. So as we can see here, the guarding fleet has not been disturbed. And I thought it had been disturbed because I see a lot of Triglavians in the system. But it's not always the case. Sometimes you can just have good spawns anyway, spawn even when you haven't startled them. But for the most amount of ISK, you want to destroy this fleet right here, because they won't respawn. So you destroy this fleet with your golem or any other kind of ship. And then after that, they won't spawn. They'll just be the wormhole here. But the Triglavians will be going crazy in the system. There will be a lot of Triglavian fleets spawning in the system. So and be very careful right there. But there we go. So we got a system right here. We can go back to Narjita, bring our golem or whatever ship we're going to use, come back to this system, and we can always like bookmark this as well, because we want to maybe take out this fleet right here to get maximum ISK efficiency. Well, so it's a good way to earn ISK, especially if you've got friends as well. You can go with 2 marauders or even 3 and just like really wreck these really hard. It really puts a tough challenge to your marauders, because there's a lot of stuff to kill right there. But this is how you find them. Very simple, very simple. You go into the map, look for a Pochven system, like one of these red dots, plot a route that goes around these guys, so that you can make a route that goes around the systems. Then go to them, use your D-scan with the D-scan filter, and then you will eventually find some Triglavians on your D-scan, scan the wormhole, bookmark it. Good to have it to clear the fleet when you later warp in with your attack fleet or combat fleet later. So hope that guys helped you. Hope it allows you to earn some dank ISK and farm these Triglavians, wreck these guys who are invading our space of New Eden. If you did enjoy the video or found it helpful, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.